I would say a little bit of a surprise. Yeah, nevertheless, on the podium is positive. Not great.
Listen, guys, when your own team principal has to go on record to beg you to stay in Formula One, you know things have gotten serious. Red Bull boss Laurent Mekies just publicly backed Max Verstappen this week, promising the engine regulations will be fixed, because without that fix, Max has made it very clear he is gone. Today, we are breaking down the exit clause, the war of words, the fatherhood story nobody is talking about, and the one company secretly deciding Max's entire future. Stay with me because this one is packed. Let's break it down, but before, if you want more updates and news on Max, then hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns. Laurent Mekies goes on record. So let us start with what triggered everything this week. Laurent Mekies stepped in front of cameras after the Canadian Grand Prix and said Formula One needs to fix this problem once and for all, not keep coming back to it every season. He was optimistic that manufacturers will eventually agree, saying everyone needs to put aside their competitive interests and do what is right for the sport. Now, why does this matter so much? Because Mekies was not just talking about regulations. He was directly responding to Max's very public threats to leave if these changes do not happen. The fact that the team principal had to say this publicly tells you exactly how serious things are inside the Red Bull garage right now. This is the team officially acknowledging their star driver is genuinely unhappy, and they are doing everything possible to keep him. Mentally not doable, Max reaches his limit. And now let us talk about what Max himself has been saying, because hold on, this is where it gets really intense. After finishing third in Montreal, his first podium of the entire 2026 season, instead of celebrating, Max stood in the press conference and said driving these current cars is mentally not doable for him. Not physically, not technically, mentally. These 2026 cars with their 50-50 battery and engine split have turned Formula One into something Max genuinely does not enjoy anymore. He said the cars are way too complex. Drivers have to manage battery deployment, energy recovery, what they are allowed to do behind another car, all of this while trying to race at 300 kilometers per hour. And then came the quote that stopped everyone. Someone argued that, hey, the racing in Canada looked amazing, so maybe the regulations are working. Max shut that down immediately and said, even if you give us a rental car, we will give you a good show. Brutally simple. The close battles you are watching have nothing to do with these regulations being good. It is because Formula One has the best drivers in the world and they will race hard no matter what you put them in. The show is good despite the cars, not because of them. And if the FIA does not push through the 60/40 engine changes for 2027, Max has made it crystal clear he will walk. Steiner calls him a hypocrite. Schumacher piles on, and Jos fires back. Now, this is where the drama really explodes because the whole paddock has an opinion. Guenther Steiner went on a podcast and flat out called Max a hypocrite. He said Max's opinion on regulations completely depends on where he finishes on Sunday, get a podium and the rules are acceptable, finish at the back, and Formula One is broken. Steiner basically said this is all political maneuvering to pressure the FIA into changes that benefit him. Then Ralf Schumacher jumped in and said Max needs to stop sending mixed signals and just make up his mind already because teams and sponsors are waiting on his decisions and the constant drama is a distraction for the whole sport. But here is where it gets really good. Jos Verstappen fired straight back at Steiner and told him directly that this is exactly why you are no longer in Formula One. The paddock is not holding back this season, and honestly, the back and forth between these personalities is making everything so much more entertaining to follow. The father behind the helmet. Now let me show you something most people are completely sleeping on because underneath all this noise, there is a genuinely human story happening with Max. He opened up about his first full year of fatherhood after daughter Lily was born in 2025, and what he said was really unexpected from someone usually so focused and ruthless about racing. He admitted that leaving home before race weekends has become a genuine mental struggle. He even delayed his arrival in Canada by a full day just to spend extra time with his family. And when asked whether Lily will follow him into motorsport, Max said she is completely free to decide whatever she wants, and he will never push her in any direction. Coming from someone who was inside professional motorsport from the age of 4, that is a really significant thing to say. Fatherhood has genuinely shifted something in Max's priorities, and it adds a completely different layer to why he is so frustrated with a sport that keeps taking him away from home without giving him joy when he gets there. Daytona dreams and the Audi factor. So while all this Formula One chaos is happening, Max is quietly building a very serious plan. B. After his Nürburgring 24 Hours debut ended in heartbreak due to a mechanical failure that cost him a likely victory, he has already confirmed he is exploring an entry for the 2027 Daytona 24 Hours. He said it is an idea he would genuinely love to make happen, but it would require completely restructuring his entire January training program. And January is exactly when Formula One preparation starts. That detail alone tells you a lot about where his head is. But here is the twist that ties everything together. The fate of the 2027 engine changes now comes down to one single manufacturer, Audi. They are the swing vote needed to get the supermajority that approves the 60-40 power split. Mercedes and Red Bull already support it, but without Audi, the numbers do not add up. So essentially, a car company that has barely started racing in Formula One is currently holding Max Verstappen's entire future in the sport in their hands. What happens next? So let us bring this all together. Mekies went on record and promised a fix. Max said these cars are mentally not doable and dropped the rental car quote that broke the internet. Steiner called him a hypocrite. Schumacher told him to make up his mind, and Jost fired back at both of them. Max opened up about fatherhood, completely shifting his priorities. He is eyeing Daytona as a real option outside Formula One, and Audi is sitting quietly as the single vote deciding whether Max stays or goes. My personal opinion is that if Audi votes no, Max triggers that exit clause and leaves. He is not bluffing anymore. And I want to leave you with one question. If Max Verstappen actually walks away from Formula One this summer, does the sport survive without its biggest personality, or has Kimi Antonelli already taken over? Drop your answer in the comments right now because I genuinely want to know what you think.